Okay, inside the place from right to left, we've got Leon and Greg, Agent X. How you doing, guys?
How you doing, mate? Cool.
Yeah. Okay, for the benefit of everyone who doesn't know, how did you guys hook up, meet, and become Agent X?
You want to tell the story?
Well, basically, we started off, we met in college, didn't we?
That's right.
We were studying at Stratford.
About 8 years ago now.
Doing music technology. And then I was really into drum and bass and stuff like that. Leon was into like some...
I was into the garage when it first started. I remember saying to you, "Come, let's make garage tunes." Like, no, I'm drum and bass.
Sticking with it.
That was a long
and then he convinced me over a number of years, and we just became friends from that, really. And then once I'd done my diploma, I got an offer to work in a record shop, Planet Fat in North London. Done that for a couple of years. Going really well. Leon went off to university, didn't you?
Yeah, got a sound engineering.
We stayed in touch through that, and then we just got together to make a little...
Well, I remember being away on holiday DJing in some club in Greece, and Greg used to phone me up in a club and go, "Come on, come back. You need to get the studio sorted. I've got ideas, I'm ready to go, I'm ready to go." So I came back, got it, and that was it really. Within a couple of weeks of that, we'd sort of done Decoy.
No, we didn't.
Alright, I'm going to tell a lie.
First thing we done.
So long ago.
The first thing we done was the stuff with PSL.
Oh right, yeah.
Frankie on set.
That's right.
So
that's right.
yeah, it's basically how we got together and then progressed from there.
So I mean, you said Leon was sort of more on the garage stuff originally. What sort of producers and tracks were?
Well, for me, I got into garage about '94. I was playing drum and bass as well, but I got a bit sick of it. And then I picked up like Robin S, Show Me Love, and then Deep Inside, Masters of Work. And I kept doing that, like Deep Inside mixes and stuff. I loved it, and I just sort of got onto it from there, really. There were the tunes that got me into it, and I think sort of similar sort of thing for yourself, wasn't it?
Yeah, I sort of got into it more when it's sort of branching into two-step, like when I was really like proper into it, do you know what I mean? Like early sort of M-dubs, DEA, them two. I was really into the sort of breaks as well as, I wasn't really that into the 4/4 stuff. Bit of Armand Van Helden I liked, but a bit later on for me.
So yeah, you mentioned Decoy briefly. How did that come about? I mean, that was obviously your biggest sort of success first of all.
Yeah.
That wasn't an intentional thing, that was just jamming really. We just spent days sampling to build up our collection, and we just both sat down and just, I don't know, had it all there and just done it.
Right. Did you have any idea that it was going to be that big?
No, it wasn't like that, was it really?
No, it was just a natural energy thing. It was like, it just sort of come about, and I said, you know what, EZ would love this, we should get an EZ sample. And I tried like getting hold of a number for him to try and get his samples off of this and the other. And in the end, we ended up lifting one of his samples off of his intros. Like, I think we got Pure Garage or something like that, yeah. And we stuck it over it. And if you listen to the Decoy EZ version, it's got like a little goal under the EZ thing, where it's got a bit of the other sample that he had in that tune. So we nicked that, didn't we?
We did.
And give it to him, and fair play to him. He set it up for us and
we didn't really think he would play it, to be honest with you, because we just done it as a lark, but it'd be something we knew that would work. But
didn't expect it to sort of...
Imagine if he plays it or whatever, and yeah, we caught it at Sidewinder.
Yeah, he played it at Sidewinder.
It was mad.
And it sort of just went from there, really. Pure Garage really sort of was big, you know what I mean? That's when it was selling loads of units, and people was like, what's that tune on? You know what I mean? Everyone was looking for tunes on that. So yeah, that's what happened.
I mean, obviously that was massive, and after that a lot of people seem to imitate the styles, lift sounds, lift patterns, lift bass sounds. How did that make you feel?
A bit pissed off at first, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's like, well, yeah, don't know. But then afterwards you realise that that's how the music works in this industry.
Did resent it at first, because it was like, what's going on? Do you know what I mean? Because really, they're eating out of our pockets. You know what I mean? For example, we got asked to do a remix for Jaheen, the massive Jaheen tune. I can't remember what it was called.
Just in case.
Just in case. That's it. Yeah. And we turned it down because we was like, no, you know, Double Holic's version was massive, and really,
you couldn't touch it.
We couldn't really do anything to improve it. So then, a couple of weeks later, we turned the mix down, and then we hear a Double Holics remix that was like blatantly Agent X sounding. So it did like.
Who was that by then?
Yeah, exactly, Double Holics. So, but you know what I mean? It was just one of them.
You get over it, don't you?
Yeah, you get over it, and everyone draws influences, but there's some things that are just blatantly copied that you just think.
It's like every year you get a big tune, like when Wiley came about, and now all the grime sounds very Wiley-esque. You know, you get a dominant tune that comes along for a year, it just influences things, and then it moves on. It's all evolving.
So, I mean, in the 5 years since Decoy, 5 or so years, you've had a string of massive tracks, massive remixes, both on your own label, Heatseeker, and on labels like Def Jam. I mean, either of you got favourite remixes or favourite tracks that you've done in that time?
I like Skank. I like Skank because that was our first real vocal production in the garage way. And obviously working with Kelly was a big plus because she was, you know, we kind of got her back on board with garage really because she went off. The only thing she'd done previous to that was My Love, and she didn't do anything with Da Vinci or any of them people when we worked with her. We kind of just got a number for her and was like really pleased to be working with her, weren't we, really? So I'll say Skank, and then on the remix front,
most enjoyable to do like as a project would have been Christina Milian because all the things that pulled together.
Yeah.
Like we had Romeo on there as a special one, and we met Christina.
We went to the studio and she come down and done some Agent X remix vocals and stuff like that, and that was just it was a nice day just looking at her for like a few hours. So it was a good experience.
It was.
I mean, you simultaneously seem to be in the boxes of grime DJs, 4/4 DJs, and bassline DJs. How do you guys manage to stay fresh within so many different audiences, so many different sounds?
I don't know. I don't think we.
Not intentional, is it?
It's not intentional. We just don't put ourselves in one category. We see ourselves as producers, and as a producer yourself, and other producers will know. You don't, despite your scene or despite, you know, what you start doing, you always want to grow and expand. And you know, for me, it's all about self-improvement. So if we make a grime tune one week, we might make a 4/4 tune, and we just try and keep it, like you said, try and keep it fresh, keep it varied, and show people that we are capable of doing good tracks that stand out in each sort of field. Really, that's about it, isn't it?
There's no point in pigeonholing yourself as well, because you know you've got to live for the rest of your life making music, and scenes come and go. So you've got to constantly be on top of things and just be aware of everything and open your mind, so to speak. You know.
So I mean, I briefly mentioned your label Heatseeker. Can you tell me a bit more about that? The sort of your mantra, your ethos, or whatever.
We set up Heatseeker. The first release on Heatseeker was Decoy. We wanted to start a label that was really sort of quality. Do you know what I mean? Just something that was. We had Decoy on that side, we had Turbulence on the flip, and since then, most of our releases on Heatseeker have been like covering different sides of the scene on either side of the relevant release. Do you know what I mean? Like you said, we don't stick to one style. We've always tried to cater for it and give quality for the people that's paying £6, £7, even £8 these days for your record. As well as that, we set up a label, Heatseeker Warheads, and we're doing some other bits with you know, Mars, Juicy Joints, and some other collaborations and stuff, and bringing a lot of good talented guys through. You know.
That's right. We never really want to have a label like Heatseeker that rinsed down, like with like 100 releases a year or whatever. I just wanted to make sure everything we've done was quality and kept the quality control tight, and you know, and just have fun with it.
Well, you said about Mask. Obviously, the Mask R&B remixes are massive right now. You've been doing some original stuff as Mask as well. Can you tell us a bit about that?
Well, I reckon just with the original stuff, it just came about. We was doing all these bootlegs and stuff, but not. There's a lot of people saying, "Oh, the R&B stuff's it's taking a mickey and no one likes it." But we never intentionally set out to do Mask as like a speed thing. We just like to colour back acapellas and done a mix.
Yeah.
And it's sort of grown from there. But obviously, on the flip of it, people are saying there's so many out there, but it's helped to get a lot of girls back into the clubs and stuff. You know, it's doing its job, but now we just feel that we've got the ability to start writing original stuff.
On the microphone is JD. My side get wild and get a little buck wild crazy. No other perplex to the agent. Next time can't contest no face we. No time to be lazy. Wave your hand them, wave your hand them, wave your hand them, wave your hand them.
So I mean, you said about writing. Do you guys both write vocals as well? And
Yeah, we do a lot of songwriting. We've got a couple other bits outside of galleries that we do.
Yeah.
It's more writing based, more songwriting. So we try and bring that back into the garage side, like you said, get the ladies back in the dance. And so yeah, we've done like Girls Play 2. We co-wrote the Hot to Handle track, didn't we?
I mean, you've worked with a lot of vocalists, Kelly the Rock, Vula, even Grime MC. So I mean, who's your favourite vocalist you've worked with? Who's been the best to work with?
Vula's spot on,
Yeah,
isn't she? Like
she
she just takes like that, just quickly. You don't even need to like. She'll be like, you record the verse, and she'll go, I want to put a harmony here, there, and there. And you say, right, do you want me to loop it around that bit? She goes, no, just let it run. And she'll just bust them quick. And literally, you can record a vocal with her in an hour, can't you?
She's so
Like
professional.
a full song. And plus, she knows all the little jazz harmonies, not just the thirds and the fifths. She does all the in-between little bits, doesn't she?
Yeah, she's very experienced. She's had a lot of experience in the music industry.
So
backing
she was good.
singers and stuff. So she was the best so far.
Is there any other vocalists or people you'd like to work with? Anyone you'd look to sort of dream of working with even?
What, in garage or?
Anything? Yeah.
Obviously, yeah, rock working with the big stars. That's an obvious thing to say, but
Do you know what? I like a lot of, I ain't even going to say like the obvious people. For me,
I think Amy Winehouse, like we said that
she's
before.
brilliant, yeah.
If we had her on a garage record, we'll murder it else.
We met her before she launched her album, and we was trying to do something with her, didn't we? But it didn't really come off. But other than that, I think JK's wicked. Like outside of garage, I think JK Jamiroquai, I'd love to do a thing with him. I think he's got a wicked voice. And I'm drawing a blank really. Even like people like Craig David, Daniel Bedingfield. I think Daniel Bedingfield's a wicked songwriter. Like I bought both his albums just to chill out in the car to, and I'd love to see him do like something more garage based as well as Craig David as well. And some MCs as well. We'd like to do MC stuff as well, some more grime stuff. But the trouble with them is it's such a pain in the arse to work with, because you say, oh, come here like do it studio time Tuesday, Wednesday or whatever, and you won't see it for 3 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks
So,
later.
I mean, you've done Nasty Crew tracks recently. Do you enjoy doing the grime tracks and the?
I enjoyed doing the Nasty Crew stuff. I mean, that comes
Because me and Leon stand there and try and take them off afterwards.
we do.
They got a big gun and all that, like give it loads.
It's really good. They got a lot of energy. I mean, as much as we say like it takes ages, they particularly.
It took about 3 weeks to record that though.
Yeah.
Seriously, like a couple of MCs a day, and it was like it was a nightmare. But yeah, enjoyable. So.
Okay, switching it up, talk about studio. So, what's your equipment used? We can see something in the background there.
We've sort of went on a bit of a spree, and then we slowed down really because it's sort of, you know.
We got a G5. We haven't set it up yet, but to be honest, we're sort of, if you like, we're in the past a bit on terms of modules because it's what we're used to, and our system at the moment it just works so
purely analog, isn't it? We've never
purely analog. We're on an old G3, but we don't turn it on and get crashes. It just works. We know where everything is. So at the end of the day, it's what you know really. And
yeah.
we like analog desks because at the end of the day, the sound is different. We can hear it compared to the stuff that you would do just in a computer. It's sort of, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. Most kids don't care, but if you've got it, why not use it? So.
We run Logic and Cubase to arrange our tracks in. A lot of the time we spent programming in Cubase. We sort of learnt from college in Cubase, didn't we? So we're really like know our way around it really quick. And if we've got a vocal tune that we're working on, we'll normally do it in Logic because it's such an easy, cutting up the vocals in Logic is so easy. But most of our sounds and stuff is purely sampled. Like credit to Leon, he'll sit up half the night going through like all sorts of records, and we've got a massive record collection. Like we're really running out of space. So yeah, a lot of it is sample based, isn't it?
Well, when it comes to actually sessions, who does what? I mean, have you got a main button pusher or someone who's more musical with the ideas? Or?
Creatively wise, it really is on a 50-50 level.
Yeah.
If we've got to knock up an idea, a simple beat and a riff, and vice versa, and whether we both like it, then we'll sit down together and finish it. And that's how it works really. I mean, it's not even a conscious thing, is it? It's
No.
like,
Do you ever fall out?
we've never fallen out over beats, I swear. It's not. We might have gone, I don't really like it, but if he don't like something, then that's it. It's not a thing like I'm going to try and prove to
I
him.
get the final say. What are you saying?
No, yeah. Sure. But it's like if it's not meant to be in there, then it's not a thing I'm going to prove to you that it's got to go in there. It just doesn't go in there, in the story, and just move on. But yeah, it's been
Never had any arguments about that. We argue about all sorts of other stuff, but
yeah.
Never about music. That's where we're kind
Argue
of
about washing up. And
yeah,
cleaning.
washing up, cleaning, just keeping the studio clean. That's about it.
So great. Talking about music here and quickly, what producer are you thinking? Oh, sorry, which producer are you feeling right now within the scene?
Within the garage?
Within bassline, grime, whoever.
Riplash and Sus, they're
Yeah.
big on road. Let me tell you that for nothing.
Nah, but straight up, yeah, I'm definitely Whiplash and Sus because when we heard one of their first tunes they sent us, a Tortured Thing. It didn't really do well on the streets in terms of sales or whatever, but there was something in that record.
Definitely.
That was
Especially Tortured.
that said beyond garage. There's a lot more to it than that. And what the obvious other people say is Delinquents. I like what they're doing at the moment, but
Delinquents. MJ Cole obviously is a massive sort of garage icon. Do you know what I mean? Both of us have been influenced by MJ, haven't
Yeah.
we? Steve Gurley. For me, he really, like I said before, I was into garage. I used to love Gurley. I think I've got everything he ever done, even like obscure Japanese remixes and stuff like that. M-Dubs as well. I think M-Dubs were like underrated for what they did. Really think they had a fresh sound. But currently, yeah, I think Delinquents, Juicy Joints, White Boys are doing their thing. Have always done their thing.
Yeah.
White Boys are always good. Love Sunship too. He's got some new stuff coming out. So yeah, I'd say within that sort of thing.
And what about you guys? What's the future from you, from Agent X,
In the terms of garage, yeah.
in terms of garage?
We just want to progress really and just carry on making tunes that are about energy and about the vibe. For me, music's all about the vibe, and like we've kind of learnt that more and more because we've done a couple of things that have been really tight technically, you know, on a production tip we've done things, but it's more about the thing where it's an energy thing, and if you create something in a couple of hours, normally they're the things that people latch onto because the vibe's there within that record. So for us, yeah, just to put out more releases on Heatseeker, expand the label, look for new talent. Definitely want to do some more vocal stuff.
Definitely want to do more work with more MCs because we've got a lot of beats and stuff that would really suit people, and just
getting hold of them.
everything, yeah, just getting hold of them, yeah.
So yeah, a lot of stuff, expand the label. We're doing a bit of songwriting and stuff like that. We just want to progress and just hopefully get our website up and running as well.
That's right.
It's taken a few years. We've had about 3 different people doing it, and we still ain't got around to doing that. So no, that's about it. But it's looking good. I'm feeling good about the scene at the minute. So
Yeah,
it's all good, mate.
just move forward.